Hi learners, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we will hands-on download and install first IDE, which is CodeBlock. For that purpose, I just need to type CodeBlock in search bar and CodeBlock is on your screen. Actually, the CodeBlock is a free open source cross-platform IDE that support multiple compilers including GCC, Clang and Visual C++. It is originally developed by C++ using WX widgets as the GUI toolkit. So let's just see how to download and install the CodeBlock. Firstly, I just open the CodeBlock website, or you just simply go to the shortened link of the download here. As I told you that CodeBlock is an open source cross-platform, free for C or C++. I just go to the download the source code. If you download the source code for your Linux operating system, as I just told you that CodeBlock is the open source software. So you just simply download the source code if you want to update this software, or if you want to find the bugs and create the patches, or you want to connect to the community. This is the beneficial for you. Here I just download the binary release because we just do not need this source code. If you are, so simply go to that and download the CentOS version or the CodeBlock tar.xz file. Here you can find the documentation of this CodeBlock. I just go to the binary release, and here I am using the Windows operating system, so that purpose I just download the latest version of the CodeBlock, which is 17.12, which is released on 2017. Here I just click on SourceForge and your download will be start shortly in 2 seconds. So that will simply download this CodeBlock. If you are using the Linux operating system or Fedora, or you are using any other like CentOS operating system or Mac OS, that is available in all versions. Here as you can see, that will go automatically to this link, and after this link that CodeBlock is downloading. I just already download and installed this software. Let's just see how this CodeBlock works. I just opened the CodeBlock. The installation of the CodeBlock is very simple. You just simply go to the next, and at the last you just finish this CodeBlock. My CodeBlock is open here. First of all, on your menu bar you just find File, Edit, View, Search, Project, Build, Debug, Fortin, WXSmith, Tool, Tools Plus, Plugins, Doxyblocks, Settings and Help. If you want to create the new file, so simply create the empty file here. If you want to add the new project, click on the project, or if you want to add the new class, simply click the class. This will by default take the extension of the class, project and the empty file. If you want to create the new file, or if you want to open the new file, so simply go to the open, or if you want to import the project, simply import the project from these studios or these IDEs. For saving the file, simply click save file. Then I just go to the edit, so undo, redo, clear, changes history, cut, copy and paste. So these all menus are available here. Then I just go to the view. So view means this is the screen of the view, so all views are available here. Then search, if you want to find any number or any keyword into your code, simply go to the search. Then project setting right here. This build means if you write the code here, simply build or run this code from here, or clean your project from here. Then debug, so simply debugging options are available here. Fortin, so Fortin means Here all values of the fortrans are available here to generate. Make files means to generate the keys to the file, or here you can simply change the cases of that, or formatting the independent classes or independent files. So simply you just go to the Fortran. So wxsmith is wx GUI panel, then tool for the configurations tool, and the tools for the output toggle windows and the close inactive tools pages. Then if you want to add any plugins, so plugin options are available here. Then doxy blocks are available here, and the setting and the help. This is simply the overview of the code block what I gave you. Hope so you understand now. If you're not, please post your question at Udemy question and answer. Thank you. Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are just going to download our dev C++ IDE. For downloading the dev C++, I just simply search dev C++ in Google. So this is a link of SourceForge.net website, and the official website here is Bloodshed. So if I just go to the Bloodshed website, so you can see here this is the feature list of code block, and this is the requirements of the code block. Okay, so simply download. So it will go to the SourceForge website. So I just directly go to that website and click on the download. So I just already download this dev C++. So let's just see how to install this dev C++. So you can see here when I just click on that and means open that program, so it is loading the packet data. So this is 48 MB software. So for installing that, simply go to the OK and I agree, next, and you just simply click on install and then finish. It's required 346.8 MB space. Okay, so I just already installed that. So I just simply go to the dev C++ and open the dev C++. So you can see here it's opening. Okay, so I just click on new and the source file. So you can see here a source file is created here. So when I just click on Control S, or I just go to save as, so you just see it simply create a new file right here. So I just write demo2.c++. okay, so it will create a demo2c++ file right here. If you find any of the problem regarding this lecture, please let me know. I will also create article that how to install dev C++. that will best option for you if you not understand that lecture. So if you not understand, please let me know, and thanks for watching this lecture.
Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talking about the basic syntax of the C++, or we are going to take start with our C++ programming language. Every C++ program has an anatomy unlike human anatomy. The parts of C++ programs are not always in the same place. The best way to learn a programming language is by written a program. Typically, the first program beginning right is a program called Hello World, which simply print Hello World to your computer screen. Although it is very simple, it contains all the fundamental components of C++ program. Here I am using two IDEs, means two IDEs of C++, which is dev C++, and another one is code block. Code block is very easy for me, so that's why I am just using the code block in these lectures, and I am just also using dev C++ for your understanding. So here, how to create a new file of C++ in dev C++, the code block. Here I just create a file of C++, and here I am writing the code of C++. Okay, so how I just create this file? Simply go to the file, new, and take an empty file. Here Control S to save this file, and here you just simply write basic syntax of C++, and here you just simply select C or C++ files. Okay, now I just go to my basic syntax file here, and here I just start my first program with C++. Here a library which is used to hash, include, and IOStream. So this is a library what we use in the C++. So it's allow program to output the data to the screen. So this library is used to allow program to output data to the screen. Then after that, I just use int main. So integer main. So this is our main function. In this block we are just execute our code, or we are just write our code here. Then I just write std. So this is the name space file here, so double quotations here, I mean double colons here, and then I just write cout. So cout means this is the program what is we writing, what we write for the to output the data. And here I just write hello world. So this is our output, and this is the hello world, and close this program with semicolon. Now I just write return, and the return here is 0. So it is indicate that the program is ended successfully, and at the last this function is end here. So this is our simply the first program in code block. So as you can see here, the first line of C++ program is the 2/ single means, like here I just write one thing another, I just write here my first program in C++. So this first line is our slash signal that indicate the rest of the line in a comment inserted by the programmer, but which has no effect on the behavior of the program. This is simply the comments, like when you are just writing 2000 line or 5000 line or millions of lines of code. So comment take very important role in the programming language. Programmer use them to include short explanation or observation concerning the course or program. In this case, it is a brief introductory description of the program. Then in the second line, you just see I just write hash include and iostream. Line beginning of hash include hash with the sign of hash, and it is the directory read and interpreted by what is known as the preprocessor. So this is the simple preprocessor directories here. Okay, hash. So they are a special line interpreted before the compilation of the program itself beginning. In this case, the diactive hash include iostream indicates the preprocessor to include a section of standard C++ code known as header, which is iostream. So iostream is our header here that allow the perform standard input and output operations, which are writing the output of the program, which is hello world to the screen. Then in the line number 4, you are just in the line number 3, you are just seeing this line is the blank line. So blank line have no effect on the program. Remember that. They simply improve the reliability of the code. Okay. Then in the 4th line, you are just seeing int main, means integer main. This line initiate the declaration of the function. Essentially, a function is a group of code statements which are given a name. In this case, this gave the name main to the group of the code statement that follow. Function will be discussed in detail in our later lectures, but essentially their definition is introduced with a succession of a type which is int, a name main, and a pair of parentheses which are these brackets. These are the parentheses here. Option include the parameters. If you want to add these parameters, so okay, or if you not want to add these parameters, so leave this. So the function name main is a special function in all C++ programming. It is the function called when the program is run. The execution of all C++ programs beginning with the main function regardless of where the function is actually located in the code. Okay, and the line number you can see I just write this is the line number 5. So in the line number 5 you are just seeing these are the parentheses. So it is an open braces at the line of 5 that's indicate the beginner of the function definition. So this is the beginning of the function definition, which is and this is the closing of the function braces. Okay, now you just see std and double semicolon and cout hello world, which is on line number 6. This line is a C++ statement. A statement is an expression that can actually produce some effects. It is the meat of a program. Specifying its actual behavior, statements are executed in the same order that they appear within a function body. Okay, and here you just see this statement has three parts. First part is std, then double quotation and cout. This identified the standard character of output device. Usually it is the computer screen. The second number is the insertion operator. You just see here, this is the insertion operator, what we are needed for our result, which indicate that follow is insert into the std. So this is follow which is insert into the std, and double dot cout. Okay, finally a sentence within the quotation which is hello world is the content inserted into the standard output. Notice that the statements end with semicolon. This character makes the end of the statement just as the period ends a sentence in English. All C++ statement must end with semicolon because this is a case sensitive language, means C++ is a case sensitive language here. One of the most common syntax error in C++ is forgotten to end the statement with a semicolon. Okay, so remember that always write a semicolon within a statement ends. Now I just run this function, run this code, and here simply click on that debugging and continue. First I just save this code. So sorry for that. Here you just click on the run, and as you can see here, the expected output is hello world. If you find any of the factual error, so you just simply go to the file and save file as a syntax.c++. You just simply write the C++ here because we are just selecting C and C++ files here. So by default, this compiler take C++ file also as the C file here. Now we just see this code in the dev C++. Here I just go to my directory file and I just click on the basic syntax. And one thing more, I just want to tell you that I just remove this std. If you are declaring using name space std here, so you just don't write any of the std with cout or cn, because means what that means by the using namespace std. By writing the using name and some namespace like std, we can use that namespace in our program. For example, if we want to use std namespace, then we have to write like std using namespace std, like this one, as you can see in the line number 3. If you want to use any symbol from std namespace by writing this line, so all symbol in that namespace will become visible without adding the namespace prefix. Like here I just write the prefix of std double dot. So this is the simple, you just write this namespace. If you want to declare this using namespace in the outside of main body, so you just not write std with every block of code. So this is a simple logic of that std name using namespace std. Now I just run this code in the code block, dev C++, and here you just simply write control do the control N. So you just create a new file and save this file with the help of control S, and save with the basic syntax like basic syntax.c++. You just simply write this file like this one. Okay, you create a new file like this one. So I just close this file and run this file in this compiler, and here I just go to execute and compile and run. So yes, it is compiled here. So you can see here the expected output is hello world. So if you find any of the problem regarding to this course or regarding to this lecture, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture.
Welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to be learn about the basic syntax of the C++ program or a structure of a program. The best way to learn a programming language is by writing the programs. Typically, the first programs beginners write is a program which is called Hello World, which simply prints the Hello World statements to your computer screen. All through it is very simple. Now we see how to write this Hello World program. So here you can see I just click on new and the project. Here we have Windows application, console application, static libraries, DLL, and empty project. But here I just choose console application. Here I just write C++ as a project name and the project is C++ project. Now here I just create a folder which is basic underscore C++ and save this file here. You can see it's a main C++. We have already a built-in libraries and the main file, so I just remove these and here I just write include hash include and IO stream. Okay, now here I just write sorry and here I just write int main and then std and cout which is hello world. It's a simple program here for the hello world and here I just write hello world. Okay, now I just execute this program, compile and run this program here, so you can see it is compiling. This is the expected output for this program. Here you can see this panel is shown the C++ code for the program means, or right panel means this one shows the result of the program which is executed by this dev C++ compiler. This black screen means this black screen hello world. To the left of the panel are lines number to make discuss programs and researching the error easier. They are not part of the programs. I mean this is the not part of the program. This is just searching the errors here. Let's see what we write here in this program. On first line, you can see it's a hash include IO stream. So this line begin with a hash sign, which is directives read and interpreted by what is known as a preprocessor. They are special lines interpreted before the compilations of the program itself begins. In this case, the directive hash include iostream instructs the preprocessor to include a section of a standard C++ code, which is known as a header IO stream. That's allowed to perform the standard inputs, mean I for the input and O for the output operations, such as writing the output for this programs, which is the screen of hello world. Then you can see a blank line here, this one. Blank line have no effects on our programs. Remember that. They simply improve the reliability of the code. Means you can simply read this code, means you can easily read this code. And in the line number 3, you can see int main. This line initiate the declaration of a function. Instantaneously, a program is a group of code statements which are given a number. In this case, this gives the name which is main to the group of the code statements that follow the function will be discussed in the detail in the later of this lecture. But essentially, their definition is introduced with a succession of a type which is int, a number main and a pair of a parenthesis optionally include the parameters. The function's name main is a special function in all C++ program. It is the function called when the program is run. The execution of all C++ programs begins with the main function, regardless of where the function is actually located in the code. Then you can see the parenthesis, this one. The open brace, this is the open brace. At, you can see line number 3, begins of main function's definition, and closing brace at the line number 6 indicates it is and. Everything between those braces is a function body that's define what happens when main is called. All functions use braces to indicate the beginning and end of their definitions. Then you can see here std, colon, cout, and backslash, which is the string of hello world. This line is a C++ statement. A statement is an exception that can actually produce some effects. It is the meat of a program, especially its actually behavior. Statements are executed in the same order that they appear within a function body. This statement has three parts. First one is std, which is double colon of cout, which identify the standard character output device. Usually, this is the computer screen. Second, the insertion operator, which is double backslash, like less than sign, which indicates that what follow is inserted into the std double colon cout. Finally, a sentence written in the codes, which is the strings here. Click on this one. Is the content insert into the standard output. Notice that the statements end with a semicolon always, because C++ is a case-sensitive language. This character marks the end of the statement just and the periods end or a sentence end in a English. All C++ statements must end with a semicolon character. One of the most common syntax error in C++ is forgetting the end statement is a semicolon. Other than that, we just write std here, which is too much time consuming. If we write one another cout, so we can also write the code like this one, like cout, and then we just write hello world 2. Okay, you can see I just run this code, and yes, this one hello world and hello world 2. Okay, if you not want to write this std with this cout every time, so simply use the name space here. So name space, if you write the namespace here, so you cannot write the cout with std and then std. You see both the programs with std and without the std. Both names are the same object. The first one use the uniqualified name, which is cout, while the second qualifies it's directly within the namespace, which is std, like std and double colon and cout. Count is a part of the standard libraries, and all the elements in the standard C++ libraries are declared within what is called a namespace. The namespace std, in order to refer to an element in the std namespace of programs, shall either qualifies each and every use of the element of the library, as we have done by prefixing out with std, or introduce visibly of its components. The most typically way to introduce visibly of these components is by meaning of using declaration. So we can simply declare using namespace before the main function. So you cannot write std and double colon with c out and c in. Here we see one another thing, which is the comments. As a comments, these comments are not affected the operations of the program. However, they provide an importance tool to the documents directly within the source code, what the program does and how it's operate. In C++, we have two ways to write the comments. First one is double backslash like this one, and here I just write line, like here I just write hello world 1 comment. Okay, first first way is this one. Then the second way is double backslash asterisk, and this is hello world 2, and then close this comment like this one. So you can see when I just execute this program, so there is no shows of this comment, but it's just indicate us why I just wrote this line and why this functionality works. If you write 1,000 lines of code and means 40,000 line or 50,000 line of code, so its comments are very much important, because when you just see your program after some time, so you do not understand your program what this functionality is work for. So that's why comments are very important in any programming language. This is a simple syntax and the comments in C++ program. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next lecture.